I'm Earl Purdy, and we're going to go deep into how to let miracles happen for us today. And we're going to continue with the answer to prayer. How do we get our prayers answered? How do you get your prayers answered? How do you get your prayers answered? How do you get your prayers answered? Did I say, how do you get your prayers answered? That's what we're going to cover. And let me get you online so I can see you. There you go. Yeah, there we go. Remember, you don't have to believe the ideas that you're about to hear from the Course in Miracles. You don't have to accept the ideas in the Course in Miracles. You don't have to welcome the ideas in the Course in Miracles. Some of the ideas in the Course in Miracles you may actively resist. Some of the ideas in the Course in Miracles you will find hard to believe. And some of the ideas in the Course in Miracles you will find quite startling. You are not asked to judge the ideas in the Course in Miracles at all. Their use will give the ideas meaning to you and will show you that the ideas are true. Their use will give the ideas meaning to you and will show you that the ideas are true. Do you know it would be great for you to say that silently to yourself right now? Their use will give the ideas meaning to me and will show me that the ideas are true. The use of the ideas will give the ideas meaning to me and will show me that the ideas are true. The ideas are true. The ideas are true. So we're going to start out with paragraph 4, and we're going to be on page 164 in the Blue Book, page 164 in the Blue Book, the text of A Course in Miracles. We're going to be on page 164. The section is called The Answer to Prayer, and we are going to start out with paragraph 4. Paragraph 4 on page 164. And I'm going to read the paragraph first. And I'm going to read it my way. So if you want to know your prayers are answered, if you want to know your prayers are answered, what do you do if you want to know your prayers are answered? If you want to know your prayers are answered, I'm going to always repeat over and over and over and over and over and over and over, because the Course in Miracles teaches that it's repetition of the truth that changes your mind. It's repetition of the truth that changes your mind. So, if you would know your prayers are answered, never doubt a son of God. Never doubt a child of God. If you would have your prayers answered, never doubt a son of God. Well, that pretty much explains why it looks like prayers unanswered. If I would have my prayers answered, I would never doubt another person. If I would have my prayers answered, I would never doubt a child of God. Then what do? It says, don't question the child of God and don't confound the child of God, for your faith in the child of God is your faith in yourself. Your faith in another person is your faith in yourself. Your faith in another person is your faith in yourself. Your faith in another person is your faith in yourself, because you are the other person. All of us are one. All of us are one. There is only one self. There's only one self. There's only one self. There's only one self. So your faith in another is your faith in yourself. Your faith in another is your faith in yourself. So if you would know God, and if you would know God's answer, if you would know the Creator, and you would know the Creator's answer, believe in me, whose faith in you cannot be shaken. Can you ask of the Holy Spirit? Can you ask of the higher power? Can you ask of your loving right mind? Can you ask of your higher self truly and doubt your brother? Can you ask of your higher self? Can you ask of the Holy Spirit truly and doubt another? Believe that person's words are true. Believe that person's words are true because of the truth in them. if I'm talking and you ever see anything on the side of my mouth, just raise your hand and point to your mouth, and that'll give me a hint, okay? Because I don't want to be talking and sometimes the denture cream will be on the side of my mouth. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. And online, you let me know too. Okay. All right. So believe the other person's words are true because of the truth that is in them, and you will unite with the truth in them. What? Believe his words are true because of the truth in your brother, and you will unite with the truth in your brother. You will unite with the truth in another. You will unite with the truth in another, and their words will be true. So as you hear the other, your brother, as you hear the other, you will hear me. Listening to truth is the only way you can hear the truth now, and finally know the truth now. Listening to the truth is the only way you can hear the truth, is by listening to the truth, is how you hear the truth, is by listening to the truth, is how you hear the truth, is by listening to the truth, and by listening to the truth, you will finally know the truth. That paragraph is always a little bit challenging paragraph for people, because the main thing that people do when they're still in their ego and still in their separated self, is to have suspicion and distrust. So as soon as you say to the average person anything that's got to do with believing in someone else and trusting in someone else, the ego immediately usually comes up with a defense against that. Like all the reasons why you can't trust people, or all the reasons why you can't believe people. So when you doubt someone, you won't hear the truth in them. If you decided my partner doesn't listen, then even if your partner is listening, you're still going to hear indifference. See, if I've made up my mind that you're critical about me, and that's what I believe about you, then whatever you say to me, that's what I'm going to hear. I'm going to hear what I believe you believe about me. So if I believe that you're criticizing me, you could be complimenting me, and I still would find some way to see that as a criticism. So you're going to always hear in people what it is that you believe about them and what it is you're expecting to hear from them. That's what the chorus means when it says, if you would know your prayers are answered, never doubt a child of God. Don't question them, don't confound them. Your faith in him is your faith in yourself. If you would know God and God's answer, believe in me, whose faith in you cannot be shaken. So now people are very easily admit that they see the ego or the fear or the wrong-mindedness in a person. So when you said, if I was to say, okay, I want you to see the ego in the people around you. I want you to see the fear in the people around you. Or I want you to see the thing about people around you that makes you afraid. The average person would say, hey, no problem. But if I say, I want you to see the love in this person, I want you to see the Holy Spirit in this person, then it would be more of a challenge. Because what? I don't believe in the Holy Spirit in you. I don't believe that there's only love in you. I don't believe that you are just a spirit and you are not a body. So how can I ask of the Holy Spirit truly, and the Holy Spirit is also in you, and then doubt you? At some point, I've got to start to focus on the idea that there is love in you, that there is goodness in you, that there is sanity in you, there is a divine in you, and that's what I'm going to learn how to not doubt that's in you. So now you hear me say that about never doubt a brother, but that doesn't mean that you're going to immediately never doubt a brother. Just because we've learned over the weeks that just because you hear the way that you're going to be one day after you've done your work, it doesn't mean that you're already feeling that way or seeing that person that way right now. Because you hear never doubt a brother doesn't mean that you are going to have complete trust and faith in your brother or sister right now. Because you hear that you have to, at some point, believe in someone doesn't mean that your readiness to do that means that you're at the point that you do that right now. That is the purpose of the workbook, and the purpose of doing the workbook lessons is to undo the doubt and undo the blocks. The purpose is to undo the blocks so that you can allow yourself to have that faith in another person. And I'll tell you something else. If I really believe that I'm sustained by the love of God and that it's my relationship with God and the higher power that's really going to protect me, then I am really not that concerned about what you're doing one way or the other. Because no matter what you try to do to me, you won't be able to hurt me because I'm under the protection of God. So even if you mean me ill, somehow another spirit is going to work that out to my advantage. See, it always boils down to, are you just trusting in your own strength, or are you trusting in the strength of God? So if I really believe that I'm connected to source, nobody can deceive me, nobody can fool me, nobody can hurt me, and even if they were trying to take advantage of me, somehow or another, spirit would work that out to my advantage where I'd learn a lesson in love that would be learned. So the problem is always, the Course says, our lack of faith. Our lack of faith is the problem. Because if we had faith, we wouldn't be worried, we wouldn't be afraid, we wouldn't be suspicious, we wouldn't be doubting, we wouldn't be concerned about anything. We wouldn't have any cares, we wouldn't have any worries, and we wouldn't have any anxieties if we truly were tapped into our connection to source. That's bottom line, coming from the Course. Jamie, you had your hand up.
Yeah, so what if somebody, what if you look at a person and believe that they love themselves, that there's love in them, but they don't believe that about themselves?
Then they have to do their work just like you're doing yours.
So, but is there anything that we can do to, like, if we're saying to them, we see the beauty in you, we see love in you?
Then that's exactly what you should do.
Okay.
Yeah, what you should do is remind the person of who and what they are, fully realizing that until they also do their work in learning how to let go of what makes them not love themselves, your words of love is very supportive and it's very helpful for them to hear that. But it doesn't absolve them from also having to do the same thing you've done as far as learning how to let go of their ego and their blocks. Okay. Anybody else before I go to the next part of this? So did y'all understand what I meant when you decided, for instance, that your partner doesn't listen, then even when they do, you're gonna hear the indifference. And if you've decided my boss is critical, then neutral feedback from your boss would feel like attack. If I think my boss is critical to me and my boss says anything about my work at all, I'm gonna respond like I've been attacked. So you partly choose what you hear based on what you believe. You hear what you hear based on what you believe. If I believe you don't like me, you could say the kindest things in the world about me, and I'd say you're just lying to me and you pretending like you like me, but you really don't. See, I'm going to always see in you what I am projecting onto you. So and that's really that's slightly inconvenient because it removes the luxury of full victimhood. If I'm just seeing in you and drawing out of you what I believe, then I can no longer be a total victim of you and say you're the one that's causing me to feel the way that I feel. So I call it the luxury of victimhood. You must understand that for a lot of people, it really does feel good to them, and it really does make sense to them to say, what happened to me in my childhood is causing the reason why my life isn't working today. The reason why my life isn't working today is because the way my mother treated me. That for a lot of people, I'm telling you, that's their mantra. They're going to tell you something that happened in the past and something that they went through in the past and that something somebody did to them in the past. And so that's why they can't have happiness and success right now. So I admit that it does remove the luxury of full victimhood when you recognize that you're going to see in another person what you're looking for in that person. And then also think about this too. Even if you meet somebody who is a crook, even if you meet somebody who is a fraud, be honest with yourself. That's not something that happens all the time, every day, every week. If it does happen, it's rare. It doesn't really happen all the time. So to judge how everybody is based on one or two experiences that you had that have been painful, that's not fair to you and it's not fair to anybody else, because most people have not been in a life or death situation 2 to 3 times a week. Most people have not been robbed. Most people have not been attacked. You haven't. You'd be probably hard pressed to name 20 times in a lifetime. So we always, our ego, wrong-mindedness, always blows everything up way out of proportion to the way that it happened, and then zero in on that as an excuse not to allow their faith to grow and to expand. So the Course is telling me it's not, it doesn't mean that others are perfect because you remove the luxury of full victimhood. It just means that whatever your filter is that you look at things through, that filter matters. And so would you not say the Course in Miracles teaches that there are 2 filters, and the 2 filters are the filter of love and the filter of fear? That's what people are looking at everything through, the filter of peace and the filter of conflict. Just like I was saying in my membership meeting with the people on my website that tuned into the Zoom session that I did. I do one Zoom session, a Q&A, and hit very special points once a month. And we had a really great session Saturday. And one of the things that we were constantly focusing in on is projection makes perception. That you are seeing what you're projecting from your own mind, and that you're looking at your own state of mind, because it's you that's defining everything that you see. So it's the filter that matters. And so here's the uncomfortable part. The uncomfortable part is that if you doubt everyone, you will eventually doubt yourself. If you doubt everyone, you will eventually doubt yourself. You can't distrust everyone and think you're going to trust yourself. So trust is kind of like, trust is a perceptual training. And I'll say it again. If I focus on what I can trust in you, and I focus on trust and develop a consciousness of trust and a state of mind of trust, then I'm going to start to see what is trustworthy, and I will start to receive trust, and I will also give trust. If you leave out the principle that what you see is in your own mind, then none of the metaphysical spiritual truth that we study is going to make any sense to you. As long as you're not willing to entertain the idea that you're the one that's defining everything that you're looking at, and you spend all your time trying to focus on the exceptions to that, if you spend all your time trying to focus on the one time that it looks like it doesn't work, and the one person that it looks like it doesn't work with, that's a reflection of your lack of trust, and that's a reflection of your mind trying to justify that lack of trust. Because while you're focusing in on the one person that it looks like deceived you, your mind is filtering out everyone that didn't, and everyone that was honest, and everyone that was caring. Because the ego is always wrong-minded, because it's always looking for fear, and it's always looking for lack. So the question is, who have you already decided is the problem? In your own life, who is it that you've already decided that they are the problem, that they are the issue? And what would happen if you felt like you were going to listen for something deeper? Like, for instance, I walked in on a relative that was frantically upset and screaming and felt like they were not loved and were not being heard, and they were really just in a tremendous amount of pain. And everybody was reacting to their attack, to his attack, with attack. See, the average person, when you're angry and going off, they return the anger. It's very rare that when you're angry and you come at someone from anger, that they come back at you with love. Usually they mirror your anger. But when I walked in the room, because of studying A Course in Miracles, what I saw that person doing was calling for help and saying they were afraid. I saw a person saying, I really want to know I matter. I really want to know I'm valuable. I really want to know I'm loved. Don't you hear me? I'm calling for help. I'm screaming for help. So I walked in and grabbed them and gave them a really, really big hug and hail them, because when a person is, a lot of times they're in that type of state of mind, when you immediately try to answer their call for love, they'll tend to resist it. But I didn't let that person go. And then they broke down in tears and cried because they wanted to be seen and heard, and I did that. And so it's hard for people who don't want to be met with love themselves to meet somebody with love. That's why when somebody's attacking us with anger, our tendency is to come back with anger, because that's what a part of us believes we would deserve in a similar situation. So the Course is saying we're always giving what we want to receive. That in any situation, you're always giving what you believe you deserve to receive, whether you know that or not. Whether you know that or not. Whether you know that or not. So if I want to have my prayers answered, which means that I want to receive love, and I want to receive peace from people, and I want to receive spirit through people, then I've got to believe that that is in that person. And I don't want to doubt that is in that person. I don't want to confound that person about whether or not there's good in that person. Because if I want my prayers answered, then I have to also believe there's some good and some love somewhere in you that I'm just not seeing. So even if you don't see it, you want to see it. See, that's the way you balance it off. I may not see that in this person right now. I may not see that peace and love, but I want to see that peace and love. I want to believe that there is a Holy Spirit, loving, right mind in that person. I want to see, because everything is a reflection of what we want and what we're asking for. So that's paragraph 4. Okay, any questions or any thoughts or any clarifications can I give about that paragraph? Now, when I do the course, I always highlight in yellow whatever instructions that the Holy Spirit was giving. Here's the instructions we got. If you would know your prayers answered, never doubt a child of God. Don't question the child of God. Don't confound the child of God. Your faith in the child of God is your faith in yourself. If you would know God and God's answer, believe in me. Can you ask of the Holy Spirit truly and doubt your brother? Believe that other person's words are true, but because there's truth in them, and you will unite with the truth in them. If you believe there's truth in them, then you will unite with the truth in them. And what happens when you unite with the truth in somebody? When you unite with the truth in somebody, then their words will be true, and you will hear them as you hear spirit in that person. So listening to the truth is the way that you hear it. We've come together today to listen to the truth. So any thoughts, any questions? And that can also be online. All right. All right, let's go to the next paragraph then. We're in the text, chapter 9, section 2, paragraph 6. And paragraph 6, now I'm going to hit paragraph 5. The message your brother gives you is up to you. The message you receive from another person is up to you. What does the other person say to you? What does the other person say to you? What would you have the other person say? What would you have the other person say? Your decision about the other person determines the message you receive. What you have decided about the other person determines the message you receive. What you have, if you decided that that person is untrustworthy, then no matter what they say, the message you receive is a message you think is untrustworthy. See, your decision about another person determines how you see whatever they say to you. So your decision about another person determines the message you receive. What's the next word? Remember, 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 remember that the Holy Spirit is in that person. What is the Holy Spirit? The sane mind, the loving mind, your correct mind, the part of you that's still linked to the divine, but is also aware of your experience as a human being. So the Holy Spirit is the bridge between our real self and the self that we think we are sitting in this room today. So if if I remember that love is in you, if I remember that love and truth is in you, then the voice of love and truth will speak to you through them. Remember that the Holy Spirit is in him, and the Holy Spirit's voice speaks to you through him. Remember that the loving right spirit is in that person, and the voice of the loving right spirit speaks to you through that person. What can so holy a person tell you except the truth? The holy part of that person, the loving part of that person, the spiritual part of that person, what can it tell you except the truth? But are you listening to the truth? Are you listening to it? Are you listening for the good in that person? Are you listening for the truth in that person? Are you listening for who that person really is? So your brother, that person, may not know who he is. Your brother may not know who he is the same as saying that person may not know who they are. They may not know they're the innocent child of God. They may not know that they're not a body and they're free. They may not know that they are spirit. They may not know that they are the one that's giving everything all the meaning. They may not know that they're the creator of their experience. They may not know who they are, but there is a light in their mind that does know. So even though that person may not know who they are, they may not know they're an innocent child of God, there is a truth in their mind, there is a light in their mind that does know that they're innocent, loved, loving, and the holy child of God. So does that mean that the issue is whether or not I'm willing to remember to look for that part of that person? Is my lesson to remember that even though that person may not know who they truly are at a spiritual level, that doesn't stop them from having that light and that truth in them that does know who they are? Well, the Course says there's a light in the other person's mind that does know. And what did the next sentence say? This light can shine into your mind. So there's a truth in the other person's mind, and that truth can shine into your mind. And when you let the truth in that person's mind, that light shine into your mind, what did the Course in Miracles say is going to happen? It's going to give truth to that person's words, and that's going to make you able to hear the truth in them. That's going to give you the ability to hear the words that's coming from their true self. So what I'm seeing is that the Course is telling me how to tap into the part of everybody that does know the truth, that is loving, that is spirit, that is possible. But I will not do that if I'm not looking for it in that person. If I'm waiting for them to show it to me first, and then when you show me the light in you, when you prove to me that there's a light in you, then I will say there's a light in you. That's not the way it happens. The way that it happens is I have to have a willingness to recognize that there is a good in you, that there is a light in you, that there is a truth in you, even if you don't know it. Even if you don't know it. So I'm not going to make what I see in you based on how you behave, because you may not even know that you deserve love. You may not even know that you are loved. And we've all had that experience. So if we waited for everybody around us to be kind only when they are loving themselves and always being proper, then you're going to be waiting a long time before you see the people around you expressing love to you. I have to first know that there's a light in you that you may not even know is there. But if I focus in on that light in you, then the light in your mind can shine into my mind, and then the words that you share with me can have truth. So then it says that person's words are the Holy Spirit's answer to you. That the words that are coming from the light, like for instance, right now I'm sharing with you thoughts of love that come from A Course in Miracles. Am I not? Mm-hmm. So are not my words the Holy Spirit's answer to you? Right. My body is being used right now to give you the truth, to give you the Holy Spirit's answer. So that is the light in your mind joining with the light in my mind, and then you see truth in the words that I'm sharing with you right now. Everything the Course is saying, we can actually see actually happening if we're willing to open our mind. So, guess what? What is the question? Is your faith in that other person strong enough to let you hear? So is your faith in me strong enough to let you hear what I'm saying to you from the Course in Miracles? Right? Because if you were here and you distrust me, then you would be distrusting everything that comes out of my mouth. See, I've seen people bring their relatives and their friends and their loved ones who are suspicious of the Course in Miracles and suspicious of me, then they were suspicious of everything that came out of my mouth. I'm just a con artist who's trying to get people's money, right? Because that's what they would see, and it didn't matter what I said, right? Because they've already decided the truth about me. They're already doubting me. So it doesn't really matter how they'll say I'm being real nice because I'm a con artist, because they've already decided I'm a con artist, right? But then we've also had those experiences where people believe in you, and they believe in you so much that almost no matter what you do, they still keep believing in you. And you'll be going, I can't believe you're giving me another chance. Well, see, they're seeing something in you that you don't see in yourself. So no matter what you do, it doesn't shake their faith in you, because that's the you they're relating to. Does this make sense to everybody what I'm saying? See, most people don't know that. They don't know that you're always getting a reflection back from people based on what you are expecting of them. But your wrong-minded ego is going to tell you, no, what you are experiencing from them is originating from them. But what you're experiencing from them is originating from the filter you're using in being with them. I'll do it on elevators a lot of times. I'll look at somebody standing there and they look like they're the most unfriendly person you could ever see. And then I would go, boy, man, what you think about this weather today? It's awesome, isn't it? I've never had a person not immediately break character and go, you're right, man. I know what you mean. It's really, could you believe this winter and how little snow that we've had? People, that you don't realize that people are reacting to you mostly coming from the way that you are responding and reacting to them. Now, can there be some exceptions to that? Of course there can. But I guarantee you that if you're really coming from a real place, the responses of peace and love and friendliness are going to outnumber the ones who react to you with fear. Because most people want to believe that there is good. They want to believe that we could be here and we could be friendly with each other and loving with each other. It's just that many people are too afraid and too separate to break that invisible wall and go ahead and say, how are you doing? I hope your day is great today that you're about to have. You know, because most people who are unaware, they don't do that. They don't say stuff like that. So what you hear from your brother is coming from what you believe about them. That's the point. If you want to have your prayers answered with another person, then you've got to start to accept the idea that there's a light and a love and a spirit and a truth in that person, even if that person doesn't know it. And please do that with the president. Please do that with the president. Please do that with the president. Believe there is a light and a love and a spirit in the president, regardless of your political persuasion. I'm not talking political, so I don't want to hear it. Don't even come at me with that. I'm not talking about that. So just cool that out. I'm saying, what I'm saying is, if you want to see love in a person, and especially the person, if you have a challenge with that person, the first thing you want to do is to want to see the light in them. That's what you do. You believe that there is something in that person that is light. And regardless of what you think they've done in the past, because the Course in Miracles teaches that the past is gone and the future is not yet, and only a deluded person is constantly judging what somebody's going to do based on what they've done in the past. Because if you do that, you're going to pull out of them exactly what it is that you're expecting to perceive in them, just like we said. They'll prove you right, because no matter what they do, you're still going to see them from a place of fear. You follow what I'm saying? I got to deal with everybody in terms of how are they dealing with me today. So if I want to get my prayers answered through another person, then I have to define that person as having light in them, that they've got good in them, that there is sanity in them. So that's what it means when it says, is your faith in that person strong enough to let you hear? All right. So let's see here. So let's go through here. I love working on this stuff before I come here. Okay, so let's go to paragraph 6, and I'm going to give you a combination of both of them together. Now, is the name of this section the answer to prayer? Yeah. Okay, so everything about it is what you need to do to have your prayers answered. So what's the first sentence? You can no more pray for yourself alone than you can find joy for yourself alone. Prayer is the restatement of inclusion. So a true prayer includes everyone. See, a true prayer is not Earl praying for Earl's good and praying for Earl's happiness and praying only for Earl's abundance. A true prayer for peace and love and abundance would be a prayer that is inclusive. It's a prayer where you're not only looking out for yourself only. A real prayer is not just a person looking out for themselves only. It's a restatement of inclusion directed by the Holy Spirit. Now let's get what the Holy Spirit is. The Course says the Holy Spirit, one definition of the Holy Spirit is your loving right mind. Okay? The Holy Spirit is your loving right mind. The Holy Spirit is your sane mind. The Holy Spirit is the voice for God inside of you. So prayer is the restatement of inclusion directed by the Holy Spirit under the laws of God, which are the laws of love. So prayer is a restatement of inclusion directed by your loving right mind under the laws of love. So that means salvation, which is right-mindedness and forgiveness and healing, is of your brother. Your brother is nothing but a mind that is joined with yours. Brother does not mean male or female. The Course in Miracles is not talking about men and women. It's not talking about men and women. It's not talking about gender. The Course in Miracles is not talking about you are your body. You are not your gender. You are not your gender. You are not your pronoun. 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 No matter what pronoun you're using, no matter what pronoun you're using, you are not your pronoun. You are free. You are spirit. You are unlimited. You are not labeled and limited to a form. Okay? So that means your healing, your salvation, your forgiveness is of your brother. And the Holy Spirit extends what? The Holy Spirit extends from your mind to his and answers you. When I read the sentence, I'm just going to come back with the definition, okay? The Holy Spirit extends from your mind to his and answers you. The love and the truth in me extends to the love and truth in your mind, and then it answers you. So the Holy Spirit extends from your mind to the other person's mind and answers you. You cannot hear the voice of God in yourself only. You cannot hear the voice of God in yourself alone. The reason why a person can't hear the voice of love in themselves alone is because you're not alone. And so God's answer is always going to be an answer only for what you are. So what does that mean? Just what it just says. If it's an answer coming from love, then it's going to be an answer for only what you are. And what you are is someone that deserves love. What you are is someone that deserves love. What you are is someone that deserves love and safety and joy. You deserve 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 nothing but love and safety and joy. And so any answer that comes from the Holy Spirit, any answer that comes from God, any answer that comes from love is going to be an answer for what you really are. So an answer that's coming from God or love is going to be a loving answer. You will not know the trust I have in you. You will not know the trust that Spirit has in you unless you extend the trust. So you won't know how much your Creator trusts you until you learn, did I say learn to extend trust in others. I will believe that my Creator has trust in me to the extent that I learn how to extend trust in you. But I don't mean extend trust into your ego, personality self. I'm talking about learning to trust the light, the God, the truth, the spirit that is in you. We are not talking about trusting somebody's ego. We're not talking about loving somebody's ego. We're not being asked to love behavior that is cruel and attacking and selfish and harmful. Nobody's asking you to love that aspect of a person. Nobody's, when they say love somebody, they're not talking about love their ego. You're not being asked to love the insanity in a person. You're not being asked to love the cruelty that comes out of an ego. You're not being asked to love what is apparent in a person's behavior. Are we clear about that? When the Course says love your brother, that part of you that's joined with you, is not saying I want you to love the person's ego. It's saying I want you to believe and focus on and entertain the idea that there's a light and a love and a truth and a sanity in this person that they may not see and you may not be seeing right now. Are we clear? Are we clear? Okay. So you will not trust, and check this out. It says, you will not know the trust I have in you unless you extend it. You will not trust the guidance of the Holy Spirit. Do you know that you won't trust the guidance of God? You will not trust the guidance of the Holy Spirit or believe that the guidance of the Holy Spirit is for you. You won't believe that the guidance is for you unless you hear the guidance in others. The guidance must be for your brother because the guidance is for you. If I'm guiding you to love through teaching you how to let go of your fear, your anger, and your guilt, then that's going to be the same answer I'm going to give everybody. I'm going to give you guidance to let you learn how to let go of your anger and your guilt and your fear. The guidance is going to be the same. That's why we can all read the same book. Why is it that we can all read the same book and get an answer? Because the guidance of the Holy Spirit is the same guidance for all of us. And then we turn around and what do? We apply that guidance to our own individual situations. But it's the same guidance. It's not a Course in Miracles book that's different for Earl Purdy, that's different for you. So the guidance is the same. So it says it. You will not trust the guidance of the Holy Spirit or believe that the guidance of the Holy Spirit is for you unless you hear it in others. The guidance must be for your brother because it's for you. And this is one of my favorite questions in the book. What's that question? Somebody say it out loud.
Would God have created a voice for you alone?
Say that again. I love that.
Would God have created a voice for you alone?
Would God have created a voice just for you? You so special that you're the only one that gets the voice and the guidance for God. So do you mean my cousin Elmo is also getting the guidance? Oh, yeah, your cousin Elmo. You mean my friend Bubba? He's also getting the guidance that's coming from love. And yeah, every single person on the face of the earth is receiving guidance from their higher power. It's just that most people and a lot of people have no interest in hearing the guidance, but everybody's getting the guidance. So God did not create a voice only for you. Love did not create a voice only for you. Love did not create a voice only for you. Could you hear God's answer? Could you hear love's answer, except as love or God answers all of God's creations? Well, that's what we're doing right now, right? We are hearing the guidance as Spirit is answering all of us in this room. Spirit is answering everybody that's listening to my class right now. So the truth is, you are right now hearing the answer as Spirit answers all of us. See, when you're reading the Course in Miracles, what you're going to realize more and more is everything it's saying, it's doing at the same time you're reading it. That's what I love about it. It's not something that I have to wait sometime in the future before I can see the result of. I'm actually experiencing what it's talking about while I'm talking to you. I'm receiving guidance that's just not for me. I'm getting an answer that's telling me that I deserve love and that there's a light in me and there's a light in everybody else. But it also told me the reason why I don't see it is because I doubt it's there and I don't really focus on seeing it. And the Course says, so hear of your brother what you would have me hear of you. Now, when a person hears that statement, don't you know that what happens is they think of regular words, like, hear of your brother what you would have me hear of you. The Course is saying, it doesn't matter what words a person is using. It doesn't matter what sentence that they are using. Like my relative that was upset and was saying, you are not treating me right. You don't really love me, okay? I did not hear an attack because I don't want spirit to hear when I'm afraid and upset as an attack. So let's hear it. Hear of your brother what you would have me hear of you. Right? So when I'm calling for love and I'm doing stupid stuff and I'm angry and I'm upset, then I want the people in my life to hear me saying, help me. I'm afraid. That's why I'm angry right now. Help me. That's why I'm attacking right now. Help me. See, I want people to hear of me what I want God to hear of me. I want my Creator to see when I'm in my ego and when I'm upset and when I'm afraid. I want my Creator to see that as my call for help. I want my Creator to see that as Earl is asking for my help. Earl is asking for my healing. Earl is asking for my love when he was angry and he was going off and he was afraid and he was attacking. He wasn't asking for attack. Earl was asking for help. I want you to hear of me what I want my Creator to hear of me. For you would not want me to be deceived. So I don't want spirit to be deceived. So if spirit saw anything that I do other than love and a call for love, then that's the deception. The deception is when you think anything is happening in this world other than a call for God. The only thing happening in this world right now, politically, emotionally, financially, globally, the only thing that you're seeing on the news every day, the only thing you're hearing in the news every day, the only thing that you're hearing is a plaintive call for help in a world of misery to our Creator to save us and heal us and help us. That's the only thing that's happening in the world. With every war, with every inflationary problem, with every fraud, every attack, every fear, everything that we see going on in the world that people are judging and complaining about and upset about is one thing. It's us screaming for love, screaming for help, screaming for sanity, screaming to recognize the truth in each other. That's the only thing that's happening in the world. And the Course in Miracles teaches that as long as you think there's anything else but that, it says you will not escape the world's violence and death and challenges. You may feel self-righteous, focusing in on everything you think is going wrong and everything you think somebody's doing to hurt somebody else. But the only thing you're doing when you do that is you're assuring that level of consciousness for yourself. That's what you're doing. So then it says, what? I love you. I love you for the truth in you, as God does. Your deceptions may deceive you. The way that you're fooling yourself may deceive you. The way that you're fooling yourself may deceive you, but they can't deceive spirit. So you can fool yourself. Now, what would be the one way you could fool yourself? The only way you can fool yourself is to think you're guilty and not innocent. The way that you fool yourself is thinking that you are not deserving of love. That is the deception at the level that A Course in Miracles is talking about. The only deception out there is the deception that we don't think we deserve love. So the Course says you cannot grow alone. You cannot pray for yourself alone. You can't find joy alone. And guess what? We're not doing it alone. See, we're in here together. There are people watching online. There are people who are going to watch the replay. None of this is happening alone. Even if your body was alone in the house watching this, you still wouldn't be doing it alone. So you can't pray for yourself alone. You can't find joy alone. Growth is shared. Growth is shared. We love independence. We love the independence that comes from knowing your connection with your source. There's a part of us that loves that thought of I don't need anyone. Whenever you say you don't need anyone, do you know whenever a person says they don't need anyone and they're going to do it all by themselves and on their own, that is why they end up doing things all by themselves and on their own and are complaining because they don't think that they are getting the support that they need. Of course, you've decided you needed to do it by yourself. And if you decided you need to do it by yourself, then you do it by yourself. If you decide that you can only do it by yourself, you end up doing it by yourself. So the truth is, people who say they don't need anyone are setting up a real struggle existence for themselves. But every major breakthrough in your life, if you be honest with yourself, every major breakthrough in your life came through relationship. You can't name any breakthrough that happened in your life that happened without you being in some kind of relationship with something, or you being in some kind of relationship with someone. I've had people say, well, that stuff that you say about relationships doesn't really apply to me because I'm not in a relationship right now. You missed the whole point. You're in a relationship with everything. There's nothing in your life that you're not in a relationship with. You're in a relationship with your car. You're in a relationship with where you live. You're in a relationship with the clothes you wear. You're in a relationship with the people in your life. There's no area of your life that you're not in a relationship. So it's no such thing as you prospering or benefiting without relationship. So every major breakthrough in your life happened in relationship. Someone challenged you, or someone supported you, or someone reflected you, or guess what? Someone triggered you. Even being triggered is relational growth. Even being triggered is a relationship growth. So you cannot evolve in a vacuum. You cannot evolve in a vacuum. Isolation just amplifies fear. Being isolated just amplifies your fear. It just makes your fear bigger. So connection is what stabilizes clarity. What? Connection stabilizes clarity. So, and since connection stabilizes clarity, then it's unfortunate for those of us who would prefer enlightenment without people. There are people who would prefer enlightenment alone. I'm going to go off in the cave, in the mountains, and I'm not having anything else to do with anybody else for the rest of my life so that I can have peace. That's one of the advantages of being single and being by yourself. So it looks like the drama quotient in your life goes way, way down. So you would think that you have healed your triggers. Then you form a relationship, and then immediately you get a chance to see how many of your triggers you really healed. So avoidance isn't the same as healing. Avoidance isn't the same as healing. Now, you can not live with somebody and still be working on yourself at a spiritual level, and truly you would be dealing with your triggers, but that's still happening in relationship, even if it's happening in relationship with the Holy Spirit that's teaching you. So just remember that avoiding something because you are afraid of it is not the same as you've healed yourself in that area. Avoiding relationships because you haven't healed your baggage around relationships does not mean that you've gotten to the point that you've handled your relationship issues. Remember that, Earl. Remember that. Remember that. So that would be ideal, though, sometimes to think you could have enlightenment without people. I admit it. But it's sort of like we say, can I awaken but skip the group projects? Can I awaken and just skip the group projects, right? Apparently not. Apparently not. What? Apparently not. Okay, take a breath. I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it. So take a breath, and we're gonna see if we can integrate what we've heard so far and allow ourselves to let that in and to remind ourselves that I'm willing to see the light in people that I don't like. I'm willing to see the light in the people I don't like. I'm willing to see the light. I want to see the light. I want to see the light in this person. Pick a person. Pick a person that you don't like. Pick a person that you avoid. Pick a person that you judge and you criticize, and tell yourself, let me know this person as I know myself. Let me know this person as I know myself. As I know myself, I know this person. As I know myself as the innocent child of God, I know this person as the innocent child of God. Let me know this person as I know myself. As I see me as valuable, as I see me as deserving love, I will also see other people as deserving love. Let me know this person as I know myself. Let me know this person as I know myself. All right. Woo! Let me know this person as I know myself. Let me know this person as I know myself. Let me know this person as I know myself. Let me know this person as I know myself. Let me know this person as I know myself. Let me know this person as I know myself. Let me know this person as I know myself. Let me know this person as I know myself. I am as God created me. I am as God created me. I am as love created me. I am as love created me. All right. Mighty companions, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm a full-time teacher of the Course in Miracles. If you'd like to make a financial expression of appreciation, I would greatly appreciate that. You can do it by going to my website, earlpurdy.com, Venmo, the Cash App, PayPal, or Zelle. You just need my email address, which is earlpurdy@earlpurdy.com, earlpurdy@earlpurdy.com. And I want to invite you to go to my website, earlpurdy.com, and become a member so that you can receive some additional personal growth experiences with me and be a part of the Mighty Companion community. Because I really, really, really want us to join together and become a community and a family that wants to help each other see the light in each other. Stop trying to do it alone. I'm available for one-on-one sessions called Clarity Sessions, and I'm also available for astrological and numerological readings and interpretations. That also can be a way for us to receive guidance and insight. And if you'd like to book a session with me, just go to my website and you can self-book